Question B. What percentage of standardized test score is less than? All right, so this is the normal curve with the mean of 520. And the lower bound is 415. I'm going to standardize all of them. The upper bound is 625. 625. And the standard deviation is 105. Okay, what do I mean by standardizing? Find the z-score. Z-score for the lower bound, value minus mean divided by standard deviation. Okay, what is value in 415? Value, so z-score for 415 is value 415 minus mean. The mean is 520 divided by standard deviation, and the standard deviation is 105. And if I divide it, I will see that my answer here is negative 105 divided by 105. Therefore, the standard score here is negative 1. Let me standardize the upper bound. The standard score for the upper bound is z-score. Upper bound is 625, value is 625 minus mean. Mean is 520 divided by the standard deviation 105. 625 minus 520 is 105. 105 divided by 105 is plus 1. Let me standardize the mean. This is mu. Mu. The z-score of the mean is the value of the mean 520 minus mean. Mean minus mean. All over standard deviation. Mean minus mean is 0 over 105. And that is always going to be 0. Therefore, the z-score of the mean is always going to be 0 in any standard score. Okay, so I'm going to redraw. Can I redraw this here in standard scores? So now I'm starting from negative 1 to 1. I'm finding this area. I'm going back to my calculator again. This time I'm not using raw scores. I'm going to clear. I'm going to second distribution. Number 2. Lower bound in standard score is negative 1. So negative 1. Upper bound in standard score is 1. The mean is always 0. We saw it. The standard deviation of a normal curve is 1 all the time. So now I'm using standard scores. Let me calculate again. Arrow down, calculate. Therefore, it doesn't really matter whether I use standard score, raw score, or empirical rule, I'll get the same answer. Multiply by 100. So whether I use standard score, or raw score, or empirical rule, I'll get the same answer. All right, so whenever I finish doing it with empirical rule, I can check my answer and make sure that I got it right.